Okay guys, it's our last day in the Arkansas mountains. We're up in Mena. Spring break 2023. My brother and I are still here, but we'll be leaving tomorrow. And I thought I'd do something different today. I get a lot of questions about, where things are in the Wolfpen Gap trail system. I've done individual videos on each one of the little POIs in Wolfpen Gap, and you can go look into more detail on those if you'd like on the other videos. But what I'm gonna do today is show you, if you only had one day to ride the Wolfpen Gap trail system inside the trail system, how you can get that done in one day and still see all of the cool stuff, ride all of the best trails, and get it all in one day. I'll show you exactly how to get to each POI. I know some of those are kind of hard to find. Like, a lot of people get very confused with the two-footed tree and things like that. I'm gonna show you exactly how to get there. I'll put the coordinates on the video. So when you see the coordinates, if you put those coordinates into Google Maps exactly how I have it on the screen, it'll show you exactly on Google Maps where to find it. I'm also going to show you Maprika, the app that I use a lot, which I think is great here in Wolfpen Gap and a lot of the areas that we go. I'll show you how to use that and to find all these things. But that's what we're going to do today. There's lots of other things to see around Wolfpen Gap. We went to Foosh Mountain yesterday. There's Missouri Falls. There's Bee Mountain. There's Eagle Mountain. There's all kinds of other things to see. But today we're going to do just the trail system inside Wolfpen Gap and how you can do that all in one day and see the best stuff. Let's go. Okay, I'm back inside here, the cabin we're staying in here in Arkansas. I want to show you real quick what I use for my mapping now. This is Maprika right here. That's the icon you're looking for on your app store, whether it's Google Play Store or the iTunes or Apple store. Anyway, Maprika is what you're looking for. I think it might say Maprika Ski Maps or something like that, but that's the one you want. And Maprika is basically a library of maps that people have uploaded. Okay, so you can see I've already got the Wolfpen Gap and Foosh Mountain map open, but if I didn't have this, if I just click here, this is how it works on the Android. iPad's a little bit different, but it works the same. I'll click on all maps to see what they have. I can look, it knows where I'm at, and it's looking to tell me what's nearby. And of course, the one I'm using is at the top. You'll find other maps from this area as you scroll down, and some of them are older maps. I could just go to on the map, and I find the area that we're at by just telling it to find me, center me in there. And then all of these little icons represent maps that are in the library, and you can open those up till you find the one you want. But this is probably the easiest way. Find the one close to you, open that up. You'll download it so that it'll be available when you're not on Wi-Fi or using cell signal. But this is the map. It shows you exactly where you are on the map. You can see right there, my little blue cursor indicates where I am. Okay, and that's how I can follow the map. And as I move, the navigation will move. Now on an Android app or Android tablet or phone, the satellite will continue to work even if you don't have Wi-Fi or cell signal. On Apple products, you'd either have to be online or have the cellular version in order for it to work. So anyway, that's what we'll be using for a map today. And if you look, it has most of those POIs that we're going to want to go look at today. For instance, there's High Point Overlook. Okay, we're at the north trailhead. This is where we're going to be starting. So I'm going to try to do this video so that it's kind of in a big loop, and no matter which trailhead you start from, just pick up the route there at your trailhead and follow our route for the rest of your trip, and you'll be able to get it all in one day. Now, we're not getting started till 2 o'clock, and we're still going to get it all in today and see all the cool stuff, but you can take a full day and enjoy you know, the POIs. We've been to all of them many times before, but we're still going to go to them. I'll show you how to get there. Tempted to take the inside lane, but obviously you don't know if anyone's coming over the hill. You always want to, on these curves, make sure you stay in your lane. out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
But I wouldn't have seen him if y'all hadn't stopped. trail. I think trail 8 is my favorite out here. It's a good long trail. 6 is pretty good too. Down there, take a left. Where this dead ends, take a left. You guys want to come? up it. Let me check, make sure I got enough battery to get up to the top of Hawks Overlook. Okay, yeah, we got plenty of battery. So this is considered one of the most, or the most difficult trail out here, really. It's not that bad if you're in low four-wheel drive. You just crawl right up it. But if you're a beginner or you're in a rental, bottom line is if you don't have the confidence, you should not do it. The couple that we just saw at the Overlook, High Point Vista, they didn't go up it. They didn't feel comfortable with it. And so that's the right decision to make. If you don't feel good about it, you shouldn't do it. Going up it really isn't that difficult if you know what you're doing. But if you don't know what you're doing and you stop in the middle of it, that's when you can get in trouble. Especially if you lose momentum and you got to start backing down. Backing down the hill can be very difficult, very tricky. You can get into a rollover situation pretty easy. So don't do this trail unless you feel comfortable that you're ready for it. This is nothing. We're not to the difficult part yet. You'll see me downshift when we get to it. Isn't necessarily that I have to have it, or I'm going to have to get this. I'm sure I can crawl up it too low, but why make it harder on my machine? If I put it four-wheel drive, it's letting the machine give 4 opportunities to push me up this mountain instead of 2. It's just going to make it that much easier. I'm just going to have a nice steady crawl all the way up this mountain. Right now it's not difficult, it's just kind of steep. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell on the camera, but it's pretty steep. And it'll get a little more difficult as we get closer to the top. Back on when we got top of Hawks Overlook, only because I didn't want to use up battery since we're going to so many places today. Coming back down, but now we are at the split where 6 and 614 or 624 and 614. I can't zoom any further, but we're right there on the map. There's a loop that goes around this mountain. On the right hand side as you're coming up is the side where the mine is. They had a mini avalanche basically, and the mine is almost covered up now, but we'll stop and take a look at it. It used to be one of the favorite places for people to go and take pictures. It's still kind of neat to see, but you really shouldn't get too close to it until they get it cleaned up. I'll be interested. We saw it a couple days after it happened. I'll be interested to see if they've got it roped off where you can't even get close. But this is a split, 614, 624s to the left. I like to go up this way, come down 624 on the way back. 624's got a few switchbacks on it that are kind of fun. I wish there was more trails out here with switchbacks like that. This is the path I like to take. It's labeled a blue, so it's not really difficult. It's just a little rocky, at least on this mine side. The back side, that 624 is more smooth, but even this side isn't too bad. There's two different mines in this area that people talk about. There's only one that is inside the Wolfpen Gap trail system, and that's this one. On the map, it's labeled abandoned mine. There's also what's called the Slate Mine, which is also on the map, right up there, but that is outside the Wolfpen Gap trail system. And you used to access it through the roads, the Slate Mine, but one of those roads was on private property. The owner, I guess, has gotten tired of the traffic and has closed that road off to trespass. There's no trespassing. So now the only way to get to the Slate Mine is to come in from behind and hike your way to it. If you're into hiking, it might be worth the trip. I don't know if it'd be worth it. But it's a bigger cave that you can walk through. It was a slate mine. But this is the one inside Wolfpen Gap, the abandoned mine. Before they had the avalanche or whatever, our kids, when they were little, squeezed through the bars. There's bars so you can't walk through it. They squeezed through there and they didn't really go back very far. It might be why it's called the abandoned mine. Maybe they started it and realized there was nothing there, because it's not very deep. Around this corner. There she is. So you can see what you can see. You can see all those rocks there used to be up there. There was an overhang. Maybe if I can find an old picture of when we were here before. All these boulders were up there. They gave way, which is kind of scary. Had somebody been underneath there when it happened, it could have been bad. I think it happened during a bunch of rain. But you can even see how the top, those bars, those iron bars up there, used to be sticking straight up, and they've been bent down. I don't advise walking up there at the condition it's in. I'm sure they're gonna eventually either try to clean it up or something. That's the abandoned mine. Just past here, you'll see a little turn to the left. It doesn't really go anywhere. It goes on top of this hill. I guess you could go up there if you wanted to hang out for a little bit, have a few snacks, have a few lattes. But this is the extra trail. You continue on. Let's just go loop around this mountain. Pull up there for a little ways and then you can hike up top of that mountain. We did it the first few years we were here. I'm just noticing this trail is labeled in black. I've never noticed 624 is labeled a black trail. I don't recall it ever being a black. I mean, it's got some switchbacks, but I'm not sure I would call this a black. Maybe there's a few spots, I don't know. Maybe coming up this part right here makes it a black. Going down it isn't bad, but coming up it might be. 3-point turn there. Timed it right, you might be able to swing that one turn, especially with stock tires. Better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, maybe going up this when you get to that one part right after that switchback makes it a black, but otherwise I don't think this is that bad. Right here actually, but it's mainly because of the switchbacks. Pretty smooth, and we are approaching not only the east trailhead, but we're also approaching the two-footed tree. The two-footed tree is a popular photography spot. Great place to get a picture of your family or your machine underneath the tree. But you have to be paying attention because you can sure miss it really easily. Little bit misleading, but it'll be before you get to the east trailhead. If you get to the east trailhead, you pass it. Video. So that's the two-footed tree. A lot of people don't know what to look for. That's what you look for. And I think this is the trunk. I'm not so sure this is a trunk. It may just be a limb that came down, but it makes it look like it has two trunks. When our kids were little, they climbed this tree, I believe, and sat on top when we got the picture. Maybe I can find that picture somewhere, but lots of people pull their machines underneath there. Two-footed tree. Remember when our kids...
I wonder if it started growing that way and then one of the branches started growing.
That's what it looks like to me.
Because I don't see a root system
right
there.
It looks like a trunk.
Yeah.
The tree
It's a limb that like grew into the ground.
grew straight into the ground. That's what it looks like to me.
And if it wasn't for that limb
It probably would fall.
It would have fallen, yeah.
I think they should call it the two-legged tree. We have
it is
video
cool.
from before that I remember. I think it was your kids' first year out with their bikes. Hayden parked up there on that hill.
Yeah, I remember
And this is where Harrison came down here and peed in front of Hope's bike.
Yep. Yeah, it was a long time ago.
All right, we left the two-footed tree. We're back on Trail 6, and we're coming up on 836. We're gonna take a ride on it, take it up to rejoin 8. 8 is one of my favorite trails. It's a good trail, it's a long trail. We could have gone this way when we left the East Trailhead and hit 95 and grabbed 8 up here, but a lot of that is logging roads. And to me, if I have the opportunity, I would rather drive trails. So here's 836. This is the cool little trail that they created to get up from 6 to 8. Trail to ride. See, a trail like this to me beats driving a logging road. Favorite trails out here. It's really long. It's just a good riding trail. This will take us all the way back to where we started the day at the North Trailhead. We do see deer out here quite often. I don't think we've ever seen a snake. We actually saw 2 deer today. Not unusual to see deer, not unusual to see rabbits and squirrels. There are bears in this part of the country, and they've been spotted here before. We've never seen one. Alright, so we've come to the end of Trail 8. And we're soon going to be at an intersection we were at earlier today, close to where we started our day. We started up here. Let's go back. Paprika. We started up here at the North Trailhead. Came down. We went up this way. We took Trail 3. Took 3 all the way over down to 300 up to High Point Vista. Then we came back to 3. We caught 2 over near the West Trailhead. Came all the way down. Caught 1. And then we caught 1, went south. Got really close to the South Trailhead. So if you're coming from that trailhead, that's where you can jump on. Came down 6. All the way to Hawks Overlook. We went up Hawks Overlook. Came back to 6. Made our way over here to the 624 and 614 split. We went up Went up to the abandoned mine, came back down the backside with the switchbacks, caught six all the way down to the 2-footed tree. We're right there by the east trailhead there. We, instead of going around this way and taking logging roads, we came back 6 to 836. Took that trail up to 836 is a really nice trail. Now from 8 to up here where it intersects again, that was very narrow. So if you're not comfortable with that, I would say come back 6 and get on 8 up here. And then we're now up here, almost back to where we started. And that is pretty much all of the POIs. I mean, there's some swimming holes you can go to. Those are mostly at, when you see bridges, that's usually where there's a little